Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about the newest chapter of JJK, and anyone that's seen the leak so far is pretty well aware that we do actually get to see a new Shikigami. Now, this isn't a totally new Shikigami in which there's only one left in the 10 Shadows technique, right? So what we actually get is a combo of two Shikigami that have already been presented in JJK. So the two that we see combined here are Nue, the bird, right, the big orange bird, and Cone, that's Divine Dog Totality, as it's also known. Now, this is something we haven't seen in a very long time, because the first time we actually see this is one of the earliest arcs in the series, and Divine Dog comes back after Megami gets his killed in the initial parts of the series. So when we start to see this new Divine Dog, we actually understand, and it's directly told to us from the narrator, that when the bodies of the Shikigami are destroyed before they're completely disbanded, you can't actually re-summon them in the same way that they physically were before. So he has to combine his Divine Dogs, and Megami's actually able to give himself a new weapon, which is Cone. And the crazy thing is, he might actually have been better off doing that because he got a stronger Shikigami out of it, one that could damage people like Hanami, even earlier in the series, including Goodwill. But what we get here is Sukuna being Sukuna and becoming even more inventive with Megami's techniques than he was. So we see the combination of Nue and Cone, and it's a new combo that's really refreshing. So it actually reminds me of Aeon from Bleach, and that's a character that's a combination of three Hollow's abilities, or three Hollow powers, specifically ones that belong to Rankar in Aizen's group. But not to get too much off topic, it's more of a snake bird kind of character. And so here when we see this chimera-like character, I think we're going to see something that was massively above Cone's normal abilities, right? Because we know Cone and Nue individually don't really do much of anything to Gojo. Now, Nue did get much stronger and faster because she was able to take out and carry away Maki back when 15 Finger Sukuna first appeared in Megami's body. But we don't know how that would compare to Gojo, right? So what we see here is this combo, and if it's anything even close to what happened with Divine Dog, who was really, really weak when it was two parts in the beginning of the series, and we start to see that combination even greater because Sukuna is better with the 10 Shadows than Megami, it looks like Gojo has his hands full. And now we start to see Maharaga is actually a major player. Although he does have a piece of his durability, endurance is actually gradually restored, right? So he doesn't gain full invisibility or full durability to an attack. He actually has to gradually grow into it, right? So that's something that's kind of evaded viewers because we didn't know for certain how his ability worked. But within the last couple of chapters, it's been speculated and now more so confirmed because Maharaga is adapting to red. So Gojo explicitly is saying, hey, I have to get a hollow technique now. The leaks don't say hollow purple specifically, so it could be a new hollow technique that we're going to see coming up. But what we do know, even if it is hollow purple, he's going to have to use one of his strongest techniques to one-shot, because that's what he has to do basically at this point, because Maharaga has adapted to most of his strong and potent techniques. So we are actually getting quite a bit of info from this last chapter. We're seeing some new tricks come out the bag from Sukuna, as I think we're going to start to see more and more in the next chapter. And it's going to be really refreshing to start to see new abilities from these guys instead of the same old domain expansion, counter expansion for 10 chapters straight. So with that being said, this was a pretty good chapter. But we are starting to see, kind of the final stages of this fight and the final tricks pulled